Here I was thinking I was smart, being like, oh yeah, I was gonna talk then, and then blah blah blah. And then I realized I had my mic muted. Hello, organics. I just I felt like animating. That's all. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. I'm just kind of like, I want to do this. And I also noticed that I'm very close to being able to apply for affiliate. So you know, why the hell not? I think all I need is I just need to get my average viewers up. That's all. I should probably change that bit because I just realized that would come off as incorrect. So yeah, I'm not close enough for affiliate yet. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, today I just felt like working on this animation that I started a bit ago. It is Spidey dancing to Specialist. I found a video on YouTube of some guy doing the dance. Oh, you can't see my mouse. Hold on. My mouse showing now? Yeah, there we go. Hi, Kaji. Yeah, so I found this video on YouTube of someone dancing from a front angle, which is really helpful when it comes to animating. I haven't got a whole lot done. I'm not doing the full dance. I'm just doing like a bit of the dance. In fact, I can tell roughly how. And you can also see how much I've done with Spider. Yeah, I've not gotten very far. But this is going to be a godsend for me because the other option is having to keep looking over to my other monitor. So I'm trying to... I should turn that down a bit, shouldn't I? There we go. So I'm trying to animate up to... that bit. So that is... And this is just all just because I haven't... I used to do a lot of animating in the past. I animate for a few people here and there. I'm not gonna, be like, oh, let me throw my clout around. But, yeah, I'm not about to. Someone knocking at my door then? It's either that or there's been a storm that just came through, so maybe that did it. So, yeah, I just figured, why don't I do this and that way, have a bit of a chill and animate. So, a lot of, thankfully, when it comes to recreating things, a lot of it is just observation. So I just have to observe all the movements here. And this isn't even including like using the graph editor. The hell? The graph editor. Which admittedly I've never used when I animated. Okay, so he... So my right foot is off timed a bit here. It's also going to be a bit of a challenge for me because I don't normally commentate on what it is I'm animating. Yeah, okay, Okay, so it's the same as the first foot hit. Slight dip there, so... And does he keep his hands the same? No, his hands also dip. Okay. So... Just gotta check the timing. Spidey isn't going to look like this in the animation either. I've just got it on what's called solid mode. There's 4 different viewpoint shadings. There's wireframe, which is just... It's just that. It's the wireframe. Solid, which is just the mesh with a base skin. Then you got textured with no light, so that's what he looks like. And then you got lighting. I've only got a singular light because that's the last step. That's the last step. So let me move my mic a bit here. Yeah, that's going to be the last step. But the thing is as well is you can see like here it'll tell me frames. You can see it goes slower, which causes issues if I do that. It just isn't practical. This allows me to get the full 24 frames, so okay, so back to this. So hold on. Okay, it's a very quick movement actually, so yeah, 2 frames. That is this guy. This guy's a good dancer, by the way. I know nothing about the guy. I just found a YouTube video that I need to go back and fix the knee. There's the knee, so yeah, it needs to be that. Need to correct the foot here. Oh, I need to correct the foot by a lot, actually. Yeah, so with animation, essentially, it is in a way stop motion. It is in a way stop motion with a few steps not involved. So like obviously, I mean, I could change it to be stop motion. That's easy enough. But this is basically tweening. So basically I see what happened there. Because you have to be careful. So what's happened here is there are 2 frames of the knee. So it's snapping. So that's the one we want. So get rid of that one. So yeah, like I'm pretty sure. Let me just save. You always need to be saving this because I'm pretty sure I can just straight up change it to stop motion. But just select all that. What was it? Which one was it again? There we go. So like if I do this now. Oh no, never mind. It's not. Why is it not? Hold on. It should be registering. Oh, that's why. Right. Okay. Let me just. For some reason, Control All isn't working there, but that's fine. So if I were to, where was it again? My brain's already forgotten where it is. Oh, it's on the key. It's on the key. Interpolation. Okay, so doing that. So this is just showing all the keyframes I've done. I'll just put it back to there's a near, which I think fixes it. Yeah. Put it back to the dope sheet. Okay. So, yeah, so basically I make the keyframes. I mean, it's the thing is it's so the reason why a lot of people use Maya, or like companies use Maya for their animation, is because it's got extra support. Blender is completely open source, so you might run into a problem that you're not able to get resolved relatively quickly. However, there is one piece of media that was made somewhat recently that apparently was made on Blender, and that was the Dark Beginnings miniseries for Shadow Generation. Apparently that was all made in Blender. Obviously some bits were drawn, but like all the 3D animation was apparently done in Blender. Blender it's getting there. Oh, hang on. Something doesn't seem right here. Okay, I think it's just because that's as far as we've got. So yeah, so he changes himself to be more this way. And a lot of people do have the assumption that like, oh, copying movement is such an easy thing. It really isn't, especially as well with like different builds. Like Spidey is clearly like got a longer torso, longer legs, and longer arms. Like he's just taller in general to this guy's build. At least I'm pretty sure. One second, I can check. Actually, if I just increase the size of this guy a bit and move him and just pull him over, and we can see, because obviously you have to adjust for that. So yeah, it's like his build's a bit different from this guy. I'm just gonna revert that back there because I like it there. And set to pose mode. It is difficult, but also as well just like recreating, like without just getting like all the data for the dance, which I'm not doing. I'm completely doing this by hand. I will say 100% that Blender has a hefty learning curve. Like I will not deny that. Hang on. Okay, you know what? I think the best way to go about this. So he's clearly stepping back here. So the best way to approach this, rather than try and do it all like perfectly. So one of the common things that you do, and you can do this various means. I mean, there's certain ways that people do this. Some people start by doing what's called blocking. That's basically like the stop motion stuff that I was doing. Is that level? Actually, one sec. Let me just add something to help me out here. No, I don't want to. Let me click off view. Add plane. Because I don't actually have a clue on where the ground is. Oh. And then that. There we go. Ah! Not what I wanted. I just wanted to delete the keyframe. There we go. Right. So back to animation. So now I know where the floor is. Yeah, making models is hard. That's why I just there's a Patreon that I've got a subscription to. And I simply the guy imports. Okay. That needs to be fixed. The guy imports and rigs like various models. So in this one, it's the Marvel Rivals models. Right. So rather than just figure out how to do it myself, I was just like, screw it. And, hold on. Okay, I need to correct this. I overcorrected. There is a lot of shortcuts, luckily, depending on what you're after. You don't need to worry too much. Like there's shortcuts for this. You know, there you go. Like shift, like G, R. So you know, grab, rotate, scale is easy way to go about it. Like there's various kinds. But I actually like I've done 3D animation for about 10 years or so. Even I don't use the shortcuts half the time. I use some of them. Like the easy one is for the keyframes, the up and down arrows. Always jumps to the next. Why does this feel wrong? Why does the foot feel wrong here? I think it might just be the camera angle on this one. Let's try it. Let's see what else there. Okay, yeah. It's just the cat. It's just this because it's not. Why isn't it including the plane that I put? Oop, that's the wrong one. That is weird. Okay, yeah. There is a lot of shortcuts, but really the shortcuts are just in terms of speed. It just help in terms of speed. Whereas there's the like. Just knowing where things are located is more important. I feel anyway. Okay, body definitely is gonna go forward. So let's add keyframes for the chest. Really, the only keyframe that I 100% do is I, which is insert keyframe. So that's, and okay, his hands do a lot here. So yeah, his hands do quite a bit. So. So if I start it going up like that. Ah, right, I never finished this part. So that goes mostly straight. I would have music playing, but I don't have any of that stuff set up. Okay, yeah, this works. So very slight movement here. Then, okay, hands up. I need to fix the elbows. Yeah, so hands up like that. Across. Oh, that's not right. That's that. His shoulder's wonky, isn't it? Yeah. That should do it. Fix that. This one. Actually, that's still fine. That one's fine. Okay. Then the elbow here. Then the elbow here. Okay, cool. So let's see how that's going. It's gonna still look ugly. That's gonna be a tough one. The arms, just the up and then out. Okay, how to approach this? Right, well, let's get the foot fixed first. So this needs to be raised up more. Knees in the right spot. Yeah, so... Okay, I think I know how best to approach this. So, big steppy, and a slight turn to the left, and stand up full height, bit more there, bit further back, so... And that needs to turn. 3 frames. Got it. Okay. So shift that a bit that way. Do that. Oh, first try. Making sure that the foot is in the right spot. Hold on. Yeah, no. Yeah, something's gone wrong here. What's gone wrong? Oh, I think it's that. Let me try that. Okay. What's gone wrong here? Right. Let's... Hold on, let's bring that keyframe back. There we go. Ah, it's the rotation. No, something's gone terribly wrong here. Okay. Easy way to solve it. Delete that, and... Oh, I see. He's already moving back. Down, then up. Yeah, down, then up. That might... I know his arms look weird. It's fine. With the pelvis area is the most important. Okay, so... What the... Oh, I see. The knees are going a bit out of whack. That's fine. Got an idea. Most of this is just going to be trial and error. So let's do this. Yeah, so that then goes... That goes on its foot. And is pulled up to around here, it looks like. Bit more toe. Bit more raised up. Probably raise Spidey up a bit more. There we go. Okay, So this is going to still look messy, but... Well, that's not the movement I want it to do. I don't want it to do that. I want it to slide. So... Okay, well that's breaking. That's fine. Just a bit more there. Okay, is that full height here? Or just about full height? And that needs to be over this way. Yeah, who pinged me? Hold on. Sorry. Sorry. Somebody was messaging me. Apologies. And that time I thought someone was ringing me. Why am I being Mr. Popular? Oh well. Let's keep working. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's juttering forward. Ah, that's why it's juttering forward. Found you. Okay, so. It's another one that's juttering forward. I don't know why this is happening, but that's happening. Okay, this is progress. So if I get rid of you, does that change anything? If I change the rotation here a bit. Okay, how's this then? Why is it doing that? Why is it doing that now? Guess we'll go into the graph editor to see why it's doing that. Oh. I don't think the problem is the location. I think the problem is to do with this, so... There you are, you bastard. There we go. Found the problem. Is it jury-rigged? Hell yes. Hold on. I think I can fix this a bit better. This is a tricky one. This is a bit of a tricky one. Okay. Right. Okay. I see what's going on here. So if I move the keyframes here. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, it is the Y rotation. Got it. So... So why do you wobble like that? I would so whether it's the Y rotation. So if I do this. Okay, it isn't. It can't be that. So if it's not the Y rotation, is it Z rotation maybe? No, there's no sway there. Oh. Why does that break all of a sudden? Like, I know I deleted the thing, but like... That fix it? No, it didn't. Ah, phone. Give me a second. Gary, I had a phone call I had to take, and so I'm doing a bit of work. Because why not? Right. So... Yep, okay, so that is done correctly. What is the problem here is the arm. So let's see if we can fix this just doing this. No. How about... That's the wrong thing. Let's try this. That's, again, the wrong limb. There it is. I might be able to cheat this. I just need to quickly... Sorry, I'm just looking at a few things. There we go. Right. Okay, I really need to fix that. Number 2. Okay. I can probably cheat this by... doing that. Yeah, that looks like that'll work. Guys, just that... What is causing that to do that? Okay. Why? Why? Why do you plunge into the negative like that? No reason to. Hold on. Try this. It is just the wobble that's causing a pain here. Okay, what if I were to... Hmm. Okay, maybe the problem. Hold on. Hold on, I might have a solution to this. Okay, so that causes a break somewhere. I got an idea. Hold on. If we essentially do a big restart here on this rotation. There we go, right. Why does it do that? I think it's this bit here. No. Why does that suddenly fix itself? That's an interesting question. Let's see. So why does it fix itself after breaking? Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's why. Yeah, that looks like that might be it. Okay, it's clearly rotation related. So what I'll do is we'll simply... Okay, so if we rotate via local... Okay, well, now this is getting a bit silly now. Why is it doing that? Why does it want to dip like that? Is it overcorrecting here? It is. Okay, why is it overcorrecting? Hold on, let me look at this guide to see what it might be. Okay, I think I know how to fix this. I think, one second, let me just look at this. Yeah, so it's like I just wanted to do this. No, okay, so that's done something. What if, hold on, what if I were to lock? I mean, I'll only keyframe that one. Okay, that actually works. Okay, I think I've well, I haven't unfucked it, but pretty sure that actually helps quite a bit. Okay. And then the, oh wait, no. Only select channels. So hopefully that doesn't fuck it up. You know, I can work with this. So let's unfuck the hand now that those fixes broke. I guess with rotation, I have to always make sure it's local. There's that. Let's fix the head. And then you. Go there. Okay, let's see. Let's see now. Let's see how we've done now. Okay, let's get up to... Let's try and get up to that part. Okay, it's 50 more frames. It's a lot of frames, but you know. I'm pretty sure with a decent enough effort. Okay, so they get brought down to here. Rotate. Like that. That. Oh, I need to move that closer. Because clearly... There we go, that works. Okay, so there's a lot of interesting movement here. Look at that. Just Okay, so I know already. Okay, so yeah, goes down about half a head. So then there we go. So we'll lower that to there. Yeah, no, that's not working. That's helicoptering. So what I want is it lowered to there, and then rotated like that. And then here I want rotated down to this. The elbow goes to here. And then it finishes with that movement like that. A little bit outwards. And the elbow further down. Need to move the shoulder. There we go. Probably shift these back to step forward, twirl, boom. Okay, this one is easier. Because it's hand, palm outwards, down to here. The dip needs to happen sooner. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, I'm lying. It's the legs. The legs are the lack of the legs having moved is throwing me off. So that. There, and then that. needs to be further down here. So we can delete that one. Add a frame there. And then that's going to be over there for the front. For the twirl. Rotate it a lot heavier that way. That would be now hiding behind. This part of the torso would be fully there. That needs to be much further back. Okay. You know, I know I said I'd get up to that bit, but I'm sort of feeling a bit tapped out now. Focusing on animation for a long period of time does a lot to me, so I'm gonna call it good. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And this is Reki going offline. Bye bye.